Family, I can't say it enough. Due to recent events, Florida events, where the young man went on a shooting spree and he killed three women, three beautiful women, his mother, his baby mother, and his cousin. He killed all three in less than 1 hour. And they all lived, or they were all positioned in different places. What I got out of that event is everybody is not supposed to know where you're located. Okay? I sat back after analyzing this whole story early this morning after I took my walk. I said, you know what? I said that young man knew where his mother was at that particular hour, at that particular minute, at that particular location. He knew where his baby mama was at that particular location, at that particular hour, at that very second, as well as his cousin. Okay? I want to say this. Everybody is not supposed to know where you're located. If that young man did not know where each one of those women were at that particular time and location, their life would have been probably spared. Okay? Or somebody would have gave them the heads up and say, hey, such and such is on his way. They looking for you. And he looked like he's angry. He looked like he got a gun. Somebody would have tipped somebody off so they would have been able to move out of harm's way. But because he didn't do that, I sat and I analyzed the story. I says he knew where each one of those women were. Okay? So the devil used him in 1 hour to take three women's lives. Okay? So I only want to remind you today, everybody is not supposed to know where you at, what you doing, nothing. Okay? Because this young man was friends with a lot of people. He was handsome. Those women was beautiful. So the devil used beautiful people as well as ugly people. He used young people as well as old people. He don't have no preference. He just need to have a willing vessel. He need to use an emotional reaction. He need to use something about that person. Because one thing I know people do, people, you don't know how people tick. We all have triggers and we all have ticks. It just takes one person to say something so sensitive or so delicate. That's why I say I teach my kids that I take care of in the behavior center. You have to know your triggers. Everybody need to know people triggers, and everybody don't need to be played or preyed upon, because nobody knows what time, what moment, and especially if they're not been medicated. Okay? If they have not been medicated, nobody needs to be played with. Okay? When I was reading some of the posts about this young man, he had already had some symptoms and some signs of mental anguish. Okay? But my thing is, it was brushed up underneath the rug. People pushed. Sometimes people can push people too much. If they got secrets, let their secrets lay. Okay, don't expose people's secrets on Facebook. Don't expose people's secrets with people that don't know other people. So my thing is, people expose people, and so I'm not making an excuse for the young man. But like I said, there's a lot of people who's walking around on this earth is very fragile. They have mental anguish. They got mental illnesses. And it only takes but a moment's of time and to where you just tick them off. Okay? So that's why I say everybody, friends of friends, they don't need to know. You need to let them know. I don't let everybody know my business. You don't need to let people know my location. You don't need to let everybody know what I'm doing. If I trust and not tell you what I'm doing, that don't mean that you need to tell your sister's keeper. Okay? That don't mean that you need to tell your brother's keeper or your brother's friends. Okay? Because everybody's not friends with one another. Okay? Whoever you hang out with, they might not be my friend. Okay? That might be your friend. So what I confide in you about, it needs to stay between you and I. Okay? That don't mean that you tell them, because they don't have no respect for me. So therefore, they might pick at my issue. that I told you about. So we have to be mindful about the people that we hang with, because everybody's friendship might be a little bit different. So, and everybody mental status might be different. And like I say, everybody don't need to know everybody's location. All right, because those women lives could have been spared had somebody tipped them off, had he did not know where each one of them would have been hanging out. And they all lived in different areas, parts of Bradenton, Florida, and he knew exactly where to go, what time to go, where they was going to be hanging out. One was in a car, one was in the house, one was in a hotel. He knew exactly where they all were at a particular time in a particular place, and he ended their life. And the police officer ended his, but he was on his way to the fourth person house, and that was out of state, and he knew exactly where to find that person too, until God came in and stopped him. So like I said, y'all be careful. And that's just for me too. That's just a confirmation. Everybody don't need to know your whereabouts. I don't care what nobody say. You ain't my friend. We ain't down like that. I'm in Africa to you. Okay? All right. Peace out.